Los Angeles, 1973. A private sports gala at the Beverly Hilton Hotel. The ballroom is packed with 300 people. Athletes, actors, industry executives, photographers. The air thick with cigarette smoke and expensive cologne. Crystal chandeliers casting warm light over white tablecloths and champagne glasses. This is where legends mingle, where egos collide, where reputations are made and destroyed over cocktails and small talk. Muhammad Ali walks through the double doors at 8:47 p.m. He's impossible to miss. 6 feet 3 inches, 220 pounds of muscle wrapped in a perfectly tailored black tuxedo. His presence doesn't just fill a room, it commands it. People turn, conversations pause, cameras flash. He's the heavyweight champion of the world again. After 3.5 years of exile, after the government stripped his title for refusing the draft, after everyone said he'd never come back, he proved them all wrong. Beat Joe Frazier in their rematch. Reclaimed what was stolen from him. He's 31 years old and on top of the world. Ali moves through the crowd like royalty, shaking hands, kissing cheeks, flashing that smile that could sell anything to anyone. He's performing, always performing. That's what makes him Ali. The constant showmanship, the verbal poetry, the ability to make every moment feel like theater. He stops at tables, tells jokes, predicts his next fight will end in the 8th round because 7 is boring. People laugh. They always laugh. Because Ali doesn't just talk, he entertains. Makes you feel like you're part of something important just by being in his presence. Across the room, near the bar, Bruce Lee stands with a small group. He's dressed simply. Black suit, white shirt, no tie. His wife Linda beside him in a green dress. Bruce is 32 years old, finally breaking into Hollywood after years of rejection. Enter the Dragon just wrapped filming. Won't release until later this year, but word is already spreading. This is the movie that's going to make Bruce a star, make him a household name, validate everything he's been working toward. Bruce doesn't work the room like Ali does. Doesn't need to. He stands still and people come to him. Martial artists wanting advice. Actors wanting to learn. Studio executives suddenly interested now that he has a major film coming. Bruce is polite, patient, but you can see he'd rather be training, rather be teaching, rather be moving than standing in a tuxedo, making small talk about Hong Kong cinema. Someone mentions to Ali that Bruce Lee is here. Ali's eyes light up. He's heard of Bruce, seen clips of his demonstrations, the 1-inch punch, the speed, the philosophy about water and formlessness. Ali respects martial artists, always has. Grew up watching kung fu movies, studied footwork from watching dancers and fighters from different disciplines. He understands that fighting is fighting, whether it's in a boxing ring or a dojo. Respect the craft wherever you find it. Ali makes his way toward Bruce. The crowd parts instinctively. People sense something is about to happen. 2 legends meeting for the first time. The greatest boxer alive and the martial artist who's about to become a global phenomenon. Cameras start positioning. Conversations quiet. Everyone wants to witness this moment. Ali approaches with his arms wide. Big smile. That charismatic energy that makes everyone feel like his best friend. He says loud enough for people around to hear, "Bruce Lee, the man who's faster than me." It's classic Ali. Complimenting while also making it about himself. Acknowledging Bruce while maintaining his own position as the greatest. Bruce smiles, extends his hand. They shake. Ali's hand engulfs Bruce's. But there's no power play, just mutual respect. 2 men who've mastered their crafts recognizing each other. Ali looks down at Bruce. Bruce looks up at Ali. The height difference is striking. Ali towers over him, outweighs him by nearly 100 pounds. Anyone looking at them purely physically would assume Ali could break Bruce in half. But Bruce doesn't look intimidated, doesn't look impressed by size. He spent his entire career proving that size doesn't equal effectiveness, that a 135-pound man with perfect technique and understanding can defeat a 250-pound bodybuilder with strength but no skill. He's lived this truth, taught this truth, demonstrated this truth thousands of times. Ali says, "I've seen your demonstrations. You're fast. Real fast. Maybe faster than me. He's grinning, setting up. You can see it coming. The challenge wrapped in charm. The test disguised as flattery. Bruce says, "You're kind to say so, but we work in different contexts, different goals, different rules." Ollie nods like he's considering this. Then he says it. The question everyone in that circle is suddenly desperate to hear answered. But could you beat me? The room doesn't go silent. Too many people, too much ambient noise. But the 15 people within earshot stop breathing. This is it. The hypothetical everyone's wondered about. The pound-for-pound martial artist versus the heavyweight boxing champion. The question that will spawn decades of debate in bars and gyms and internet forums. Could Bruce Lee beat Muhammad Ali in a fight? Bruce doesn't answer immediately. He looks at Ali, really looks at him. Studying, assessing, not with hostility, with curiosity. Like he's working through a problem. Calculating variables. Everyone expects Bruce to either back down out of respect or claim he could win to defend his reputation. Those are the only two socially acceptable responses. Bruce does neither. He says, "What kind of fight?" Ali laughs. "Wasn't expecting that." Says, "What do you mean, what kind?" Bruce says, "Boxing match? Your rules, your ring, your referee, your gloves?" "I'd lose. Badly. You've trained your entire life for that specific context. I haven't. You knocked me out in the first round, maybe faster." People look surprised. Bruce Lee admitting Muhammad Ali would destroy him? That's not how these conversations usually go. Usually it's posturing and ego and hypothetical scenarios where everyone claims they'd win. But Bruce isn't finished. He says, "Street fight? No rules, no ring, no gloves, no referee?" Different answer. Now Ali is paying attention. Really paying attention. This isn't the response he expected. He says, "You think you win a street fight against me?" Bruce says, "I think I'd have advantages you're not trained to defend against." Ali's grin gets wider. He loves this. Loves the competition, the debate, the challenge. Says, "Like what?" Bruce says, "In boxing, you're prohibited from striking below the belt, from using elbows, from attacking joints, from grappling. You've conditioned your body and mind for a specific rule set. That conditioning is both your greatest strength and a potential limitation. In a context without those rules, you'd have to fight instincts trained over decades. Instincts that tell you certain techniques are illegal, certain targets are off limits." He continues, "I'd attack your knees, your throat, your eyes, not because I'm dirty, because there are no rules defining what's dirty. You outweigh me by 100 pounds. You have reach and power I can't match in a conventional exchange. So I wouldn't fight conventionally. I'd fight to survive using every technique available." Ali is listening now, not performing, actually listening, processing. This isn't trash talk. This is analysis, strategic thinking, the kind of fight IQ Ali respects. Bruce says, "But here's what you'd have that I couldn't overcome: pain tolerance, conditioning, the ability to take damage and keep fighting. You've been hit by the hardest punchers in the world and stayed standing. I haven't. I've trained to avoid being hit. But if you connected cleanly once, I'd be in serious trouble. Your power is real. Your durability is real. Those aren't hypothetical." Ali nods slowly. Says, "So you're saying it depends." Bruce says, "Everything depends. Context determines outcome. There's no universal answer to who would win, because winning is defined by the rules of engagement. Change the rules, change the outcome." Someone in the circle, a sports reporter, says, "But if you both agreed to fight, no rules, who wins?" Bruce turns to look at him. Says, "Why would we fight? What would it prove? That one of us can hurt the other? We already know we both can. That one of us is better? Better at what? We've dedicated our lives to completely different pursuits. Fighting each other wouldn't prove superiority. It would just prove we're foolish enough to waste our skills on ego." Ali is quiet, watching Bruce. Then he does something unexpected. He extends his hand again, not to shake, but with his palm up, an invitation. He says, "Show me something." Bruce looks at the hand. Says, "Here?" Ali says, just a demonstration. Show me what you do. I want to understand. Bruce glances at Linda. She gives a slight nod. Okay, but be careful. This is Muhammad Ali. You don't embarrass Muhammad Ali at a public event. Bruce knows this. He's not here to humiliate anyone. He's here to teach, to share, to demonstrate principles. Bruce says, may I? Gesturing to Ali's arm. Ali says, go ahead. Bruce takes Ali's wrist lightly, barely touching. He says, in boxing, you're trained to punch from here. He indicates the shoulder. Power generated through rotation, through the legs and hips and core. Maximum force delivered through the fist. It's beautiful mechanics. Efficient for the context. Ali is nodding. This is accurate. This is exactly how he punches. Bruce says, but it requires setup, requires distance, requires the ability to rotate. He steps closer. Very close. Inside Ali's reach. So close Ali would have to clinch or step back to punch effectively. Bruce says, from here, your most powerful weapons are limited. You could uppercut, you could clinch, but your straight right, your jab, they need space. He's right. Ali knows he's right. From this distance, a boxer's options narrow. Bruce continues, from here, I have different tools. He doesn't demonstrate fully, doesn't want to risk accidentally hurting Ali or looking aggressive. Just indicates. Elbow to the temple, knee to the thigh or groin, head but if desperate, small joint manipulation. He gently applies pressure to Ali's wrist, just enough to show the principle. Ali feels his balance shift slightly, feels how that small pressure creates a larger structural problem. Bruce releases immediately, steps back, says, but this only works because you're letting me demonstrate. In reality, you'd move, adjust, counter. The scenario is artificial. Clean techniques don't exist in real chaos. Ali flexes his wrist, interested, says, do that again. They repeat it. This time, Ali tries to resist. Bruce adjusts instantly, uses Ali's resistance against him, redirects the force, maintains the structural advantage. Ali's impressed. This is real skill, real understanding of leverage and biomechanics. This isn't performance, it's applied physics. Ali says, you really think those little techniques would work against someone my size? Bruce says, they're not little techniques. They're applications of principle. And yes, they work. Not because I'm special, because human anatomy is universal. Joint locks work on everyone. Strikes to vulnerable areas work on everyone. Size provides advantages, significant advantages, but it doesn't eliminate vulnerability. Ali grins, says, you ever actually fought someone my size? Bruce says, not in competition. In training, yes. In demonstrations, yes. I've worked with large opponents many times. The principles hold. Ali says, but you never fought for real. In a ring, for a title. It's not hostile. Just factual, pointing out the difference between demonstration and competition, between theory and practice under pressure. Bruce doesn't get defensive, says, you're absolutely right. I haven't competed at your level, haven't faced what you faced, haven't proven myself in front of millions. What you accomplished, the battles you've won, the pressure you performed under, I deeply respect that. It's beyond what I've done. This answer disarms Ali completely. He was ready for ego, for debate, for Bruce to defend his credentials. Instead, Bruce just acknowledged the truth. Ali has done things Bruce hasn't. Competed at the highest level. Carried the weight of being the champion. Fought when everything was on the line. Ali's expression softens. He says, you know what I respect? You didn't bullshit me. Everyone always wants to tell me they could beat me, or that I'm the greatest, and no one could ever touch me. Both extremes. Both garbage. You gave me real talk. Context matters. Rules matter. We're trained for different things. Bruce nods. Says, I learned a long time ago that certainty is the enemy of growth. The moment I'm certain I'd win, I stop preparing for the possibility I could lose. That's dangerous. That's how you get caught. Ali says, that's real wisdom right there. He's not performing now, not playing to the crowd. just having an actual conversation with someone he respects. They talk for another 20 minutes about training, about philosophy, about dealing with fame and pressure, and people's expectations. Ollie tells Bruce about the 3.5 years they took from him, how he stayed ready even when he couldn't fight, how he never let them break his spirit. Bruce tells Ollie about being rejected by Hollywood for years, being told he's too Chinese, too different, too small, and how he kept training anyway, kept believing, kept building. They find common ground. Both fighters, both outsiders in their own ways, both men who refuse to let other people's limitations define their possibilities, both performers who understand the difference between the public persona and the private person. At one point, Ollie asks, "You really think you could take me down if we fought for real?" Bruce thinks about it, says honestly, "I'd try. I'd use everything I know. I'd be fast, desperate, committed. Would it work? I don't know. You're the greatest boxer alive. Your reflexes, your power, your will to win, those are all real. If you connected clean, I'd be in trouble. But I'd make it very difficult for you to fight the way you're trained to fight. I'd change the context, eliminate your advantages where I could, create problems you're not used to solving. Whether that would be enough to win, I can't say." Ollie nods, appreciates the honesty, says, "And if I train in your style, learn what you know?" Bruce smiles, says, "Then you'd be even more dangerous than you already are. A man your size, with your athletic ability, your fight IQ, your conditioning, adding martial arts principles, you'd be unstoppable." Ollie laughs, big, genuine laugh, says, "Maybe I should come train with you." Bruce says, "You're welcome anytime. I'd be honored to work with you." They exchange information. Bruce gives Ollie the address of his school in L.A. Ollie promises to visit when his schedule allows. They shake hands again. This time it feels different. Not a meeting of competitors. A meeting of peers. Mutual respect. Mutual recognition. As the night winds down, a reporter approaches them together. Asks the inevitable question. "So, who would win if you two fought?" Ollie looks at Bruce. Bruce looks at Ollie. They both smile. Ollie says, "We already fought. We fought with ideas, with respect, with wisdom, and we both won because we both learned something." Bruce adds, "The question isn't who would win. The question is why would we fight? What would be gained? We're both on the same side. The side of discipline, dedication, pushing human potential. Fighting each other would be like two doctors arguing about whose medicine is better while patients die. It misses the point." The reporter looks disappointed. This isn't the soundbite he wanted. He wanted conflict, controversy, a quote he could turn into a headline. But Ollie and Bruce don't care. They've had a real conversation, made a real connection. That matters more than headlines. Years later, after Bruce dies in 1973, Ollie is asked about their meeting. He says, "Bruce Lee was a real deal. Fast as lightning, smart as hell, and humble enough to admit what he didn't know. That's rare. Most fighters are either skilled or humble, not both. Bruce was both. If we'd ever fought for real, I think we have killed each other trying. And then we'd have both lost. Good thing we were smarter than that." The meeting in 1973 lasted maybe 30 minutes, but it planted something. A mutual respect that transcended style, size, background. It proved that real masters don't need to prove superiority. They recognize mastery in others. They learn from each other. They make each other better. That's the real answer to who would win. Both. Both would win by choosing not to fight, by choosing to share knowledge instead, by choosing respect over ego. 10 minutes of silence wasn't literal. It was metaphorical. 10 minutes of real thought instead of instant response. 10 minutes of considering the question seriously instead of dismissing it with bravado. 10 minutes of two masters recognizing each other. And in that recognition, both became greater than they were before.